most daredevil group of daffy drivers to ever whirl their wheels in the wacky races, competing for the title of the world's wackiest racer.
What's up, nerds? Aaron from Everboard Gaming here. I am sitting down to look at Wacky Races, a little bit of nostalgia in a box right here. Sean, can you tell us all about what we are looking at here?
Yeah, for sure. So this is Wacky Races, based on the hanna-barbera cartoon, which may be pretty familiar and, as you say, nostalgic for a lot of your viewers. And the idea of this game is a bunch of racers are going to compete, and they're going to try to get over the finish line first. And while that's going on, there's going to be a lot of lead changes and a lot of take that going on. And Dick Dastardly, of course, is going to try and get out to the front of the pack and lay traps to slow down the other races.
Of course, that's what he's known for. He's got to.
I mean, the man has never won a race in his life. So, I mean, I would be a little dastardly myself if I had such a long losing streak. But anyway, what you're going to do in the game is, on your turn, you're going to have a hand of 3 of these terrain cards, and you're going to play 1 card down, which is going to allow you to move forward. Doesn't matter what card it is. If you play 1 down, you move forward 1 space. Then the next thing you're going to do is, if you have a terrain card matching the terrain you're on, in this case I do, I can move forward again, and I also have another one, so I get to move forward again. So you can extend your movements that way. On top of that, each of the different racers has their own dashboard for their own personal car, and they will have some special moves that they can pull off, whether it be something that's going to give them an advantage or something that's going to allow them to avoid one of Dick Dastardly's traps that he sets out there. If Dick Dastardly gets to the head of the pack, he's going to leave behind a trap, and then he's going to come all the way back behind the last place racer. And whoever hits that trap is going to reveal it. It could be something terrible. It could be something not so bad. You don't know until you get there. And then the first one to cross the finish line is the winner.
What actually controls Dick Dastardly making him move forward?
On the last card played by a player on each turn is going to say where Dick Dastardly is going to go. So, for example, if the last card I played was of the green terrain type, he would go to the next green terrain type. If then the next one I was to play was the desert terrain type, he'd go all the way ahead to that, leave a trap, and then go back behind the last place player.
So you kind of are working. You could extend make yourself move further, but you might need to think, oh, I might not want to play that last one just because I don't want Dick Dastardly to jump to the front and ruin what I have going for me. Unless you're further back, you could set a trap for other players.
Yeah, you could use Dick Dastardly to your advantage. So it just depends on kind of like what the layout of the board is and how risky you're feeling. Because even though he's got traps out there, each of the racers have ways to avoid certain types of traps. So maybe you're feeling lucky, or maybe you just want to make that last push to the finish. So it just depends, yeah.
So I noticed that there's a bunch of pending approval on this. It's very prototype still. How soon do you think we're trying to push this game out and let everybody see it?
Yeah. So this one's coming out in Q1 2019. So early next year, we're hoping for like January, February release. And whenever you're working with like an awesome license like you gotta make sure everything looks the way it should.
Oh yeah, like these minis are on point. I'm pretty sure Warner Bros. Will sign off on this, and I don't see why they wouldn't. This is an awesome looking game, and I don't think you're going anywhere beyond what they would want in a game.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll just point out quickly too that these are colored miniatures, but there is going to be a deluxe version in very limited quality that has pre-painted miniatures and like thicker tiles and stuff like that as well. So look for that as well if you're looking for.
Oh yeah, so if you really have a soft spot for Wacky Races, you're gonna want the Deluxe Edition.
Absolutely. All
right, so we'll have a purchase link in the description box down below. It'll come out in the first quarter of next year, so we'll have it there when it's available. And keep your eye out, watch out, racers. And anyways, subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored.
Who wanted to win this old race anyway? I did! I wanted to win this race! I never get to win a race!